Can you mic test for me real quick?
I can. I am Jack, and this is the podcast that we are doing tonight.
Yep.
For fun.
That's the thing we do. Okay, cool. That was good. And I think there was enough silence there when I was getting things launched that we've got room tone. So
Great.
How do we start?
I guess I could confess to you.
You have a confession to make?
I do. Not nearly as bad as some of my previous confessions.
Okay, but, I feel like this is becoming a running theme where you have preloaded something that throws a wrench into my entire expectation for the episode. But
it's a wee twist.
What's the wee? Okay,
a bit of a twist.
What is the twist?
Maybe a zest, if you will.
Okay, just a little flavor.
Yeah. So, given the topic that we are covering, there's not a whole lot of input that I have, because it's a surprise, so I can't compare anything.
Right. I mean, that's true. Yeah, because if you've not listened to our previous Razzie nomination reveal episode, we try to keep this shit secret from ourselves and get a real reaction.
Did a fairly good job this year. I don't know almost anything.
We had two things spoiled for us, I think, overall, which we'll talk about before we get into our predictions. But hit me with the zest. Zest me.
All I really knew is that it was going to hurt. But pain needs context.
Okay.
So to put the pain of the Razzies in context, I looked up some really bad jokes to hurt us with. So every couple of nominations, I'll fire off a dad joke at you.
This is the best idea you've ever had.
That's so sad.
So give me a taste before we officially jump in. Give me a little taste of what I can expect.
Gosh, gee, I've prepared 10, but there are 200 to choose from.
Neat.
Did I use this one? I don't know if I did or not. I'll say it anyway. The guy who stole my diary just died. My thoughts are with his family.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to rescind my previous statement. Actually, that one.
Yeah, I don't know why this is not gonna be fun.
But you know what? This decision's been made. We're rolling with it. Hey, everyone. Welcome to DeRazzled, the podcast where we take award-winning worst films and try to fix them. But today we have a special occasion because we're going to learn who's actually nominated for the 2022 Razzie Awards. Yes, I know it's 2023. Don't give me guff about how award shows work. My name is Joe Nealis. I'm one of your hosts, and with me, as always, is also host Jack Culbertson. I did the intro right.
You did. I'm very proud.
I'm proud of me too. So again, we typically go into these things blind because we want to capture our actual reactions to the nominations themselves. But before we actually get to those, we have two things to address. One being the things that we had spoiled for us going in, just so we're being honest about where we're at with our expectations going into the real thing, and also some predictions, because I think just based off our movie knowledge and our general pop culture awareness, we're able to kind of make some predictions about some of these things, given we thought Thunder Force was going to get nominated for all the things last year and it didn't get nominated for one, so we're not always right.
It was nominated in my heart.
It was the worst picture in my bones. That's correct. So first, we'll cover the things that got spoiled for us. So, first off, probably surprising no one because this took like 24 hours for me to see because it was everywhere. Yeah. The fact that Ryan Kira Armstrong, the 12-year-old girl from the Firestarter remake, was nominated for Worst Actress in the Razzies, continuing just classy operations.
They don't get tired of apologizing, I guess.
I feel like they're looking for ways to just jam their foot into their mouth so they can do the apology tour thing at this point. Because they did it with Bruce Willis last year, which, given, they probably wouldn't have said a damn thing about Bruce Willis had it not come out that he has aphasia.
Right, yeah. I think I texted you. I'm like, are you doing this on purpose at this point?
It starts to feel that way.
Because when I tell our friends about this podcast, most of them don't know who the Razzies are, but they're slowly popping up in the news for reasons, and more people are learning what the Razzies are.
It used to be that you would find out about the Razzies because you would for some reason watch Catwoman, and somebody would tell you, yeah, Halle Berry got an award for how bad this movie was, and she actually accepted it in person. And then you learn later on that she went home and set it on fire, and it's great.
Didn't know that.
Yes, she apparently went home and burned her Razzie.
Good for her.
I love that. I love that for her. It's wonderful. But no, now you find out about the Razzies because they do horrible, mean-spirited, classless bullshit. And really, if you look at their history, it's not surprising. They've kind of always done that. It's just that it's getting way less acceptable now, and people are starting to call them on it. Which, bravo, good. They need to be called on it. Which thankfully they have rescinded that nomination. Ryan Kira Armstrong is no longer a Worst Actress nominee, and they've instituted a minimum age requirement, so you cannot be nominated for a Razzie anymore unless you're 18 years old or older.
That is growth that should have happened years ago.
It should not have come to this. I mean, we covered Mommy Dearest. They literally awarded a worst supporting actress role, or was there like a special like worst child actor role that year? I forget. They definitely awarded that little girl who played Joan Crawford's daughter, though. Oh God. And then the other thing that we had spoiled for us was the fact that Blonde was nominated. The Marilyn Monroe film starring Ana de Armas. Which that film's a little confounding to me because she herself is nominated for Best Actress at the Oscars this year for this role, but the film itself has gotten panned in so many ways.
Yeah, I'll be interested to see what all Blonde was nominated for by the Razzies.
Yes, because I don't know what specifically has been nominated for.
However, I assume I don't know for sure, but I assume Morbius was nominated for something.
I think that's a very fair assumption. If you just woken up from a coma that's lasted at least 2 years, Morbius. I'm sorry. Feel free to just go back to sleep. Just fake it. We'll vouch for you. We're doctors, right?
Doctors of film.
Oh God. Morbius is so bad that people memed it back into theaters for a second weekend, and it just did worse. It had 2 theatrical runs in like thousands of screens and didn't make its fucking budget back. So,
I hope
well done, Sony.
In some pop culture class,
it has to, right? That's gonna become like film school legend. It's like 30 years down the road, assuming we still have film schools. Anyway. Let's talk predictions. Jack, what are some things that you expect to see from these Razzie nominations before we actually reveal them to ourselves?
This last year has been such a blur that I'm like, wait, what movies even came out last year?
I had that issue as well, and I did do a little bit of research before the nominations were announced, so I had like a little bit of grounding to make some predictions off of, aside from just my regular watching habits.
Gotcha. I think Black Adam might get an appearance or two.
Black Adam, really?
I think so.
Interesting.
See, the thing about the Razzies is they don't always go off of what is the worst movie.
That's very true.
But what has the most cultural train wreckedness about it, if that makes sense.
I don't know if I would say the reception to Black Adam was a train wreck necessarily, but they could be looking to take The Rock down a peg or two.
That's like that mixed with they've been working on the Black Adam movie for so long.
That's true.
And then it was a big old juicy wet fart that I don't think he would win. I think I could see a nomination.
I could potentially see a nomination. I still haven't seen the movie myself, but there is enough of a negative critical response there that I could see it at least being in the discussions.
How about yourself?
I've got a bunch of predictions here. I'm going to go through 2 just because one of them's super obvious. One, I think Morbius is going to far and away be nominated for the most Razzies this year out of any film.
I think so.
So yeah, that one I think is probably a really safe bet. The other prediction I'll jump into right now is I think that we're going to see a nomination from both Liam Neeson and Mark Wahlberg, because they each had 2 movies come out this past year that were not very well received. Mark Wahlberg had Me Time, which was a Netflix comedy with him and Kevin Hart, and Father Stew, which is like a inspirational Christian story with Mel Gibson.
Oh yeah, that'll definitely get nominated.
It feels like Razzie bait.
Yeah.
It really feels like Razzie bait. And then I forget the names of the films that Liam Neeson did. The posters looked Taken-ish, so shticky for him. What else you got, Jack? You don't have any other predictions?
Yeah, no.
Shit.
Didn't spend a whole lot of time thinking about what was awful in the film world. Just everything else.
I envy you. Well, I mean, aside from the everything else, because we can't escape it. Okay, so I'll just go through the rest of my predictions here then, and you can tell me what you think of them. I think in a rare show of restraint that the Razzies are not going to nominate Gina Carano or anything that she's done with the Daily Wire for anything.
Okay.
That's mostly I need to put that idea into the universe. I don't want like that stupid fucking Hunter Biden movie or whatever else that they've done this year to get any attention from the Razzies, because it's just going to become more culture war bullshit. And I can't handle any more culture war bullshit. It's all so dumb. Why does Tucker Carlson want to fuck M&Ms?
I don't know. But I live in a dimension where, because of that, I wanted to do like a really bad drunk painting of the M&Ms at like a BDSM club.
Nice.
And send it to him.
Hell yeah. I kind of wish you had done that. Let's see here. Continuing on. If the Redeemer Award is if the Razzie Redeemer Award is offered, I think that Robert Pattinson is going to be nominated for it because of the Batman.
Oh, yeah.
And I think he's going to be the favorite to win it.
And honestly, he should have received it years ago. Like, he's put in enough work outside of Twilight.
I mean, I think we've mentioned our deep appreciation for the career trajectories that he, Daniel Radcliffe, and Elijah Wood have taken post big franchise film success. Because they've all just gotten super weird.
Swiss Army Man, my dude.
I know! Just farting corpse Daniel Radcliffe palling around with Paul Dano. Wonderful. Thank you, Daniels.
And a really good performance.
Genuinely good performance. It was a real believable corpse.
I was touched.
And of course, Elijah Wood being just the like weird, like niche horror weirdo that he's become, which is great. And Robert Pattinson just being off the walls ridiculous, but also getting cast in like some of the highest profile roles out of the three of them. It's wild. Let's see here. If they this is a dumb prediction, but if they feature a dumbest pop culture moment special category, Will Smith slapping Chris Rock at the Oscars will certainly be nominated.
Yeah, I was just thinking about that earlier. I'm like, why did that even have to happen?
It didn't. It genuinely didn't. Let's see. Next prediction. Even though we've had Ryan Kira Armstrong's nomination removed, something in bad taste will still happen.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm certain of it. I was looking through the movies I watched over the last year to see what the worst movie I've watched that was not related to this show.
Okay, and what was that?
We've already talked about it. Fucking Chippendale.
Oh yeah. No, that makes sense. That's probably up there for me too. I don't know if that's officially the worst one that I watched that wasn't for the show, but
there was a indie horror movie that I watched, but I'm not going to shit on.
That's indie. Yeah. No, don't. Yeah, that's even the Razzies don't tend to shit on the little guy, not despite usually. There was that one movie that was nominated last year. I forget the name of it, but it got nominated for a bunch of stuff. And I was like, this is an indie production. What are you guys doing? Yeah, I don't know. Hopefully nothing like that happens this year. However, I do think that they're going to go back to the well on something here. Do you remember we talked a little bit fleetingly about who the Razzies' two favorite punching bags have been historically?
Bruce Willis and Sylvester Stallone.
Oh, yes, that's the one I was going for.
Okay.
Actually, I was thinking Madonna and Sylvester Stallone.
Yeah.
Even though they have gone for Bruce quite a bit, but no, I was thinking Sylvester Stallone because he had a movie last year that didn't get very well received. I wasn't aware of it until like a couple weeks ago.
What was it? That sounds vaguely.
It is called Samaritan, where he plays an aged, retired superhero who people thought was long dead.
Oh God.
Yeah, and it turns out he wasn't. So take that for what you will. I bet they take the opportunity to nominate Sly again.
I imagine as soon as that movie was announced, they all poked their heads up like a bunch of meerkats.
Mm-hmm. Just started salivating.
Yeah. Hey Joe.
Yes.
Where do pirates get their hooks?
Where, Jack?
Secondhand stores.
Okay, I actually like that one.
Yeah, listen. There were 200 to choose from, and there were plenty that were worse than the ones I picked.
Oh God, hold on. Oh, why was that so loud? Jesus. Test. Sorry, something went. I spiked horribly.
Oh no. Guess we'll start over.
No, I don't think that's necessary. Where the what's it go? Oh no. Oh, Jack, I done you. Okay. Oh, there we go. God damn it. Okay. I think that about does it for my predictions, though. That we were in. I was expecting you to actually also have some ideas there.
Well, if you recall, last year I had plenty of ideas, and very few of them actually came to
That is
fruition.
true.
Yeah.
That is very true. And I was a little bit hesitant to make predictions because of that.
Yeah.
But I figured, what the hell?
I might be remembering this wrong, but I thought that they made their nominations a little further into the year.
Yeah, I definitely forgot that that they were so soon. I thought I could have swore that they were like in February or something, but no.
So I wanted to start off this year with a series of good movies because we watch a lot of bad movies.
We do watch a lot of bad movies.
So aside from researching Fantastic Four and watching all that shit,
yes,
I tried to stick to mostly good movies. So no, I didn't watch through. Tried not to watch through any bad movies.
Yeah, I didn't make much of an attempt to watch any bad movies for this one, with one exception in that I did get morbed.
You did take the plunge.
I took the plunge. I was morbid time in my house. I'm sorry, Becca.
You did get hand sucked. Did they go with the hand suck, or they go with the face suck?
Wait, what?
So in the comics, he drinks blood with his hands.
Oh no, they don't do that. No, it's face. It's mouth. Yeah, it's classic vampire.
If I'm remembering correctly, in the comics, Morbius had to drink blood with his hands because of a comic book code issue.
Oh, I could see that being a thing. Yeah. I think that they interpreted that into the film as him drinking packets of blood, and in particular, synthetic blood.
Sure.
So he's just like gripping and ripping and chugging as hard as he can, squeezing it into his mouth as hard as he can, and yeah, he does bite some necks occasionally, though.
If I'm being entirely honest, I think that's probably less gross than sucking people's blood with your hands.
Is
that like a weird hickey thing? Like you really don't want to hickey? I think in the 90s cartoon they weren't allowed to say blood, so there was like, I need more plasma.
That's barely a workaround.
They didn't try hard.
No, apparently not.
They put all their energy into the what are you doing? Somebody's 1920s jalopy just drove by.
Yeah, that was. We just got taken back in time on that one. That was fucking weird.
Yeah, but they were putting all that money towards the X-Men show, I think.
They had to have been, which I mean, for good reason.
Yeah, they knew it was working, and it wasn't the Fantastic Four cartoon.
Oh, Jesus Christ! All right, let's take a quick break. Then we'll come back, and we will actually talk about the real Razzie nominations.
Joe,
Yes.
did you know it's easy to convince ladies not to eat Tide Pods, but harder to deter gents?
I'm so angry. We'll be right back.
They're so fucking dumb.
That was stupid as fuck. Jesus Christ.
8 more to go.
Ugh.
I need to play Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
I was going to play it the other day, but forgot that I'd not loaded on my PS4.
Yep. I think you'll have that.
So instead I watched Cabaret and was sad. God damn it.
And now a little bit gay.
Maybe a little gay.
Okay. I have the Razzies. I have the Razzie nominations pulled up.
I'm going to keep my phone nearby so I can look them up as we go. So what I was thinking is, after the... Are we reacting as you read them? Or what I was thinking is you could go through the nominations, we could break, watch through the Best Pictures trailers, and then react in Act 3.
The best pictures?
Worst pictures. Best worst pictures. I'm sure we'll recognize some, but I'm sure there's other ones that we're not going to.
Yeah, I mean, just from what I'm looking at right now, it really appears that I think some of these I definitely do recognize.
Mhm.
Other ones, not in the least. And some of my predictions are correct.
But I can go either way.
Did we want to try to? I know last time we ended on Oscar nominations so that we could talk about good
yeah.
movies. Do we want to do that a little bit?
Yeah, that sounds nice. And I've actually watched some of the nominations. So, do we want to watch worst? Do we want to watch a trailer too now for the ones we don't know?
Yeah. Let's take a moment. Let's take a minute and do that.
I'm just gonna pull up my phone so that we don't have to fuck with this.
Yeah, that's reasonable. Okay, so first one I'm not really recognizing is Good Morning, Mourning.
Does it actually exist? Is this it?
Probably.
Okay.
Oh, don't judge me, Aunt. Alcohol free.
This is fucking stupid.
You can have a beer, Paul Rudd. It's fine.
You're an adult.
This is my impersonation of Draco halfway, looking for drugs. Where's the pot putter? Anyone know the number to 911? Yo, what was that? Like Game of Thrones or something. I'm trying to get on one of those shows. Oh, yeah, I can see that. Serious shit.
I hate it.
My name is London Clash. I'm an actor on this show called Good Bad People.
London Clash.
This is Apple. We've been dating for a year. I can't stop thinking about her. Good morning with the you. What the fuck? Yeah, does this look like a breakup text to you? Yes. We're getting your energy right, man. Oh shit.
You're an idiot. I hope you find your girlfriend.
About fucking time. Hi.
Can you push this meeting?
No, I cannot push the meeting with the director of Batman.
Apple's like breaking up with me.
The only thing that will never break your heart is money.
Jesus Christ.
Shut
That hoe
up.
is loyal. You feel me?
Oh my God, we'll be mad. So, Barry, yo, did you see Apple? Yeah. Did she say where she was going? She did. She actually. No, are you fucking crazy? That's not necessary, sir. Protection. Yeah, that would be. I will kill you. Our boy's in trouble. This is how we fix everything. We're on a mission.
What the fuck?
Why
is
there's
this
so
movie?
much weed?
Strategy. Man, quit acting like a bitch. It's not me.
This been as weird as day at work ever.
I got this. You cool cop or something? Yeah, Stony Smurf. Go. I trust it now.
Why?
This is the worst day of my life. Yo! Hey!
Do you want to be in love? Or do you want to be the biggest star in the world?
Oh shit. It's time!
Oh, they pulled poor Danny Trejo into this.
What is this dust? That's people, man. This movie's gonna shoot itself. I better shoot myself. Drake has a huge snake. I don't think that's Drake.
Okay.
That was just stupid enough.
There's yes. Okay.
Oh, sweet Jesus.
Hit me. What's next?
Okay, next, The King's Daughter.
Oh, that's kind of stupid.
You are leaving us, Maurice Joseph. Where am I going? To a lavish and glimmering hell.
I'd always had the tales of Versailles. The stuff of dreams.
You are something they can never be.
Pierce Brosnan.
An individual.
This place is so beautiful.
William Hurt?
No, R.I.P.
You should not be swimming in there.
She called me.
She's certainly not of this world.
Nor am I.
You find a guy that looks like a overly smooth discount Johnny Depp.
She's always human.
Must escape the king.
We're the only ones who can stop him.
I hope this wasn't his last appearance on screen.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Coincidence?
Alright, we're good. Oh, give one more bad joke.
Oh, that's it.
Okay.
Wait, not nearly enough poorly made fake snake biting the shit out of a dude. Yeah, the rest of the worst picture nominees are actually familiar because it's Blonde, Disney's Pinocchio, and Morbius.
Okay.
Let's see. Other films here. Was there Marmaduke? There was a Marmaduke with Pete Davidson. Jurassic Park Dominion. I don't know what Mac and Rita is.
Guess I can take a look at that. What was it, Mac and Rita?
Mac and Rita.
That was pretty stupid.
Hey, rewards members, now earn every time you shop. I think there's been a murder.
I've heard nothing but good things about this
I
show.
want to see it, but I also don't think a Peacock.
You can't be here. It's me. I'm serious. One more move, and you get an eyeful of pepper. It's me, Mac.
I grew up always feeling like I was an older woman trapped in the body of a little girl. I wrote a book.
If you're not getting paid for something, it's a hobby, and hobbies are disgusting.
And I did my darndest to keep my inner old gal.
I hate that line.
We, Razzie, yes, we,
I thought it would be super fun if we all lie down and did a past life regression. What? You should go do it. We'll just meet back up at the house.
Welcome. Lay down, Moonshine, and think about who you want to be.
That's a tanning booth.
I'm a 70-year-old woman trapped in the body of a 30-year-old who just needs a minute to rest. Oh my God! There's somebody out there that is not me!
Why'd they do this to Diane Keaton?
He turned into one, so he should be able to turn you back into you.
Where did he go?
We're never gonna find him.
Coming.
Are you sick? You sound weird.
Oh, well, hello.
I'm Max Aunt Rita.
I'm Jack. I take care of cheese when Max out of
What?
town.
This is Max on
I recognize that guy.
How often do you
I think he was on
ladies
Schitt's
for your
Creek.
wine club? Every day.
Sometimes we spend the weekend.
How are we supposed to roll?
Yes, women in wine.
You are scheduled to cover the Pilates event. Post pictures. People see you at a party. They will think you're fun.
And let's reset.
You know, these pocket computer photo albums are my job these days. I get paid to post pictures.
Hey, good, Aunt Rita.
Everything that's happening.
I recognize that one old Filipino woman from
Because you're showing the world to
Crazy Ex-Girlfriend.
Some interesting offers for Rita.
Was it Diane Keaton that got nominated?
It was Diane Keaton that got nominated.
Grammy, people are dying for her.
Rita, you got a man.
Well, this guy's young. He's young.
Man, you didn't want to be.
Stop.
No,
God
don't make that.
damn it.
Put that tongue away.
I laid down in that pod, and when I came out, I was in this body.
Okay, you're coming in with a lot of energy.
Fuck, how'd that not
I'm a little surprised. They must have really, really, really disliked Pinocchio. There's Samaritan, so I was right about
Yeah.
Sylvester Stallone.
I don't need a trailer. Your description was
Yeah, that's fine. Jurassic Park Dominion. There's a specific nomination for The King's Daughter. I don't know what Rakeen is. Yeah, 365 days this day and the next 365 days. No,
I appreciate the efficiency.
I get. Wow, yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean, I have to watch the trailer now.
I'm making this Valentine's Day.
What's that?
This is Rakeen.
Oh, it's a shark?
Yeah.
You deserve a kiss.
And you. Valentine's Day is for everyone.
Man.
Give me kisses.
Who's Saban?
It's amazing so far.
We're here for this. Nothing, which is exactly what we're going to do.
We're here for no reason.
Room above the water is it safe? I hope. I guess.
We could be anywhere. What are we gonna do?
How is that still floating?
Focus on surviving.
Got like 16 rack clips under there.
Yeah, this looks terrible.
What was that? I just saw something.
Hey, did you try not bleeding?
It's a shark. Listen, honey. You're not gonna die.
All right.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, it looked real bad. Well, they got Tom Hanks on a couple of fronts here.
Interesting. Okay. Any other movies we need to check out?
I don't know. I don't know anything about the 355 or 365 days.
And those look pretty bland. That's 355.
I brought poor Lupita Nyong'o into this. Oh, I think I remember seeing a preview of this actually. Yeah, probably terrible.
Thought that was fucking him.
What, the bubble?
No, Machine Gun Kelly.
Oh yeah, no, that was 100% Machine Gun Kelly. Yeah, I just didn't know. I've never seen his real name before.
Yeah.
Does it count? Does it count as Alan Smithy or Alan Smithying yourself? If you don't go by your stage name.
No, I'm not giving.
No?
I'm not giving it to him.
All right.
Okay. Anything else we want to watch before we?
No, I think I'm
Okay.
good.
Oh, my butt. Okay.
Wow. Okay. Wow. Morbius. I was wrong on my Morbius prediction.
All right. I am ready when you are.
Oh, that's not the right tab. I'm not recording in Spotify. What are you doing, Joe? Welcome back, everybody. So we have just revealed to ourselves what's been nominated for what at the Razzies this year, and I'm pleasantly surprised. All the nominees are movies.
All the nominees are movies.
All the nominees are movies. That's more than we can say for last year.
yeah.
There's not a Diane the Musical to be found amongst them.
So we didn't do our reactions, our full reactions, because we wanted to watch trailers for the ones that we had watched.
Yeah, since we haven't had a chance to actually watch any of these movies except for Morbius, and just me because I hate myself. We watched some of the trailers for the Worst Picture nominees that we were not familiar with, and for a couple of the other nominations as well. So we're going to run through category by category here. Do we want to start with Worst Picture?
Let's start with Worst Picture.
Let's start with Worst Picture. Okay, so surprising no one, Morbius is indeed nominated for Worst Picture this year. Right along with that, probably not surprising anyone, Blonde is nominated as well. Somewhat unexpected, Disney's Pinocchio, because they did one of those quote-unquote live-action remakes for this.
My
for
question
this
is,
year.
do you think that they made it in reaction to Guillermo del Toro's? Because they have a history of doing that. Where like, oh, you're gonna do this movie? You're gonna do a Snow White? Well, I'm gonna do Snow White.
I mean, maybe because theirs did beat his to theaters, if I'm not mistaken, and. But I don't know. They've been doing the live action treatment on a whole bunch of stuff too. Like it feels like it was only a matter of time before they dug back into a golden age film, right?
I suppose they just have such a horrible history of putting out movies to block other movies.
Yeah, I suppose that's true. I wouldn't put it past them.
I'll ask.
Who are you gonna
Walt.
ask? Walt?
Yeah.
You got a line to Walt?
Yeah.
Oh.
Scream into your freezer. I can hear you.
Is it any freezer or any freezer?
Well,
Wow.
not ice cream freezers. Not those.
Oh,
Just
not
like
ice cream
Run of
freezers.
Miller,
Okay.
No, especially those like what are those called? You keep in your garage, like
Oh, like a chest freezer.
yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
man.
he's a big fan of those.
You can just scream into one of those and he'll answer?
Mhm.
God. My dad lied to me.
Just that once, though.
Just that once. The other nominees that we were not familiar with here are Good Morning.
God damn it, that looks
That
fucking awful.
looks so bad. Holy shit. If you're not familiar with this, it is a movie starring and apparently just conceived by one Colson Baker, a.k.a. Machine Gun Kelly. Motherfucking Machine Gun Kelly. God damn it.
Joe, I'm old,
Yes?
so I only know of him by his reputation. Let's pretend that I don't know or care, really do not care who Machine Gun Kelly is.
Okay.
What is it?
What is it?
What is it?
What is a Machine Gun Kelly?
What is a Machine Gun Kelly? I'm looking at his face. I'm not liking it.
So, oh God.
I know he's dating a Tiffany's body, right?
Jennifer's body. He's dating.
Tiffany's body was a direct-to-video sequel.
He is dating Megan Fox. They have a relationship I would compare to that of Angelina Jolie and Billy Bob Thornton. Yeah. Like, I don't know if they wear vials of each other's blood, but it seems like a thing they do.
Sure.
I'm pretty sure Machine Gun Kelly once claimed to be weed.
He is his own strain.
You know, he just is weed. Like,
Oh,
just
okay.
all encompassing, I guess. I'm not
Like a
entirely sure.
dandelion.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, more like
I'm
that.
like
Yeah, it's,
dandelions. That's rude.
my grandfather was fond of them.
Yeah.
He'd cook them.
They turn into those little fluff balls.
Also, they turn into them neat fluff balls.
Yeah,
You can make wishes.
His hair does kind of look. Anyway.
Yeah, if you blow all the hair off the top of Machine Gun Kelly's head, you should make a wish.
Well, now you're making it kind of. I kind of like him now.
So the best way I think I can describe Machine Gun Kelly is that he was a rapper for a
Okay.
period of time, and then he tried to diss Eminem, and then Eminem dissed him back so hard that he moved to pop punk.
That's a strong.
And it's he just knocked him clear into a different genre altogether.
Listen, love or hate the guy, don't fuck with it.
Just come on, choose your battles, man.
Yeah.
Just good lord. Now, to his credit, some people have said that his first pop punk record was surprisingly good, and that a lot of that is because Travis Barker produced it. It was a drummer from Blink-182.
Gotcha.
Then he did another one, and a lot of people were like, "Oh, that was a fluke." So I don't know what's going on with his music career.
Did Blinken 340 do that one too?
I don't know.
Okay.
Nor do I care.
I like that.
Yes, I know, Jack. The last nominee for Worst Picture is The King's Daughter, which appears to be some kind of like medieval royal, not even medieval, but like just some kind of royal.
Imagine like when you're like, oh, it's Cinderella's a fairy tale magic land of nondescript time.
It's like a young woman is taken from a nunnery and brought into a lavish life of royal luxury, where I think Pierce Brosnan's her dad. I'm not sure. Also, William Hurt's there, and I really hope this wasn't his final on-screen appearance. Rest in peace. Also, there's mermaids.
It really feels like somebody took the first 7 novels of like a YA series and blended them together.
Yes.
And then they're like, it's one movie now.
We only have the budget for the one. Can you do it all in one? We have all these facets that we want to just put on screen, but we only have the budget for one movie, and we blew most of it on Pierce Brosnan and William Hurt. What can you give us?
Because it's certainly not there in the CGI.
No, it's really not. Oh my god. So that is that for that category. Do you want to hit me with a dad joke before we move on to worst actor?
Is it weird that I need that as a palate cleanser?
Only mildly. Let's do it.
Okay, I'm not excited about it. I just applied for a job down at the diner. I told them I'm really... I fucked it up. I told them I really bring a lot to the table.
God damn it.
You want to predict worst picture?
Morbius. I think it's going to go to Morbius. I haven't watched Blonde yet. I'm gonna, but I think it's going to go to Morbius, because how can you lose as a movie that got tricked into a second outing?
That is really good. You do like I actually do think it might be Blonde, but that they were able to trick Morbius into going back into theaters. I talk it like he's a dude, like he was coaxed back. What are your feelings on Joyce Carol Oates?
Oh man.
I figured that might be a loaded question.
Jesus, I'm not sure where that came from. Joyce,
she wrote Blonde.
Oh, that's why.
Yeah.
Okay, so she
wrote the novel that the movie.
Sure. So yeah, she's a prolific and fairly respected author who, to my understanding, has turned into just a chronic internet poisoned poster. Just she puts a lot of weird shit on Twitter and has some shitty takes on things. and I wish she'd stop.
I've read maybe 3 of her stories. One I really liked, one I really hated, and the other one I can't remember.
She's real into Lovecraft. Like she wrote the foreword to a collection of Lovecraft stories that I bought while I was just in New Orleans once, and
The one I read was like a true crime one. It was pretty good.
I've seen she'll occasionally jump into the like, "Hey, Lovecraft's a racist piece of shit" discourse on the internet, and
Don't tell me she defends him.
oh, she defends him.
What the fuck, George?
Yeah, I've seen her defend him,
Like,
which is like,
even the fans, like diehard fans of Lovecraft, are like, we enjoy his work. He was a piece of shit. You don't have to defend him. He's been dead for a long time.
I've been seeing a good number of people who are still out there like trying to defend him. I don't know, man. Like, it's a weird hill to die on. All right, so worst actor. Surprising no one. Jared Leto is here for Morbius.
Yeah.
Colson Baker, aka Machine Gun Kelly, is here for Good Morning. You all right there?
Yeah, go ahead. I'll show you in a minute.
Okay. Pete Davidson was nominated.
Now is that minute. So here's the poster for.
Oh dear God, he was okay. So he's nominated for his voice work in Marmaduke, which I'm now seeing the poster for the first time.
Holy shit, that looks bad.
That is bad character design. How'd you fuck dogs up like that?
That's not how dogs
look. That's not how dogs do.
Also, they brought J.K. Simmons into it.
Oh no, leave J.K. Simmons out of this.
It must have been a real quick paycheck.
Yeah, one for them.
Yeah.
So Pete Davidson got nominated for that. Tom Hanks got nominated for his work as Geppetto in Disney's Pinocchio, and Sylvester Stallone, there it is, my prediction was correct, for his work in the film Samaritan.
Oof, that poster looks terrible.
For Samaritan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that S is a little problematic. Not quite problematic, but
it's nigh on
I just saw his reflection of him in the superhero costume.
If you're a World War II historian, that S might seem suggestive.
You've tilted it a little bit,
just a little bit. Though I'm just gonna jump away from that and remind you of how funny it was that Wes Anderson put those Z's with X's through them for the dudes in Grand Budapest Hotel.
Hey Joe.
They're not Z's, you see. Yes?
What's a lawyer's favorite drink?
What is a lawyer's favorite drink, Jack?
A subpoena colada.
Get out. Worst actress. Worst actress here. So this list is going to be slightly shorter because they removed the 12-year-old that they tried to shame. So we have Bryce Dallas Howard for Jurassic Park Dominion. I think she's been nominated for all of her work in the new Jurassic Park movies. I'm not 100% sure about that, but I would not be surprised. Diane Keaton for Mac and Rita, which was something we were not familiar with, but we just watched the trailer for, and my God.
It's like a one-person Freaky Friday.
It is a one-person Freaky Friday. It's like a 13 going on 30, if you will, but
I'll take your word for
older. Like they make it's like 13 going on 75, or 30 going on 75 rather, and it looks very bad.
It's like both this.
It's like 13 going on 30 meets Big meets
Big
old.
Would have been the better reference. I'm not familiar with this 13 going on 30.
I vaguely remember it. I don't remember the premise aside from. A young girl suddenly is the older brain. Adult,
Gotcha.
Something like that. I don't know.
You know what I hate about both this and Machine Gun Kelly's movie that I already forgot the name of? Oh, Good Morning.
Good Morning. Yeah.
Fucking hate.
Which is a ripoff of an Alkaline Trio album. So
also a joke I say to myself every morning.
Yeah.
It's not funny.
No.
It's not funny when I do it.
No.
Also, he had to look up what morning was.
He did. That's actually part of the trailer.
But both of those movies have like a comedic play on Gen Z that is
horrible,
awful,
absolutely just cringe-inducing.
Yeah,
it's
like TikTok culture, but you're too old to do it. Like
Yeah. Other nominations in this category are Kaya Scodelario for The King's Daughter and Alicia Silverstone for The Rakeen.
yeah, is that how it said?
I'm guessing. I'm absolutely guessing at that pronunciation. It might be Requin. Who knows? It's a big shark. Alicia Silverstone. Alicia Silverstone pulls a I can only fit on this door from Titanic and then fights a shark.
Yeah, they are. She and I'm assuming her partner are in a little vacation beach house.
Yes.
That gets separated, floats into the ocean.
Somehow is still afloat.
Somehow, which like I don't know if I should feel good or bad about this, but like that as a play, I would watch.
Sure.
Like two people in a little vacation house, and that's the whole set,
and it just slowly deteriorates.
Slowly deteriorates. You could play it either way. You could use a comedy. You could have a bunch of like stagehands running around with shark fins, or you could play as a drama.
No. I like that first idea.
You definitely have to explain how that thing is floating. I suggested 6 Swiss Army Mans.
Oh, good Lord. Yeah, we had been talking about... No, you were listening for that. We talked about that on the... Yeah. Oh, Jesus Christ. Just more Daniel Radcliffe Swiss Army Mans. They're so useful.
That's what the whole movie's about. Right?
Okay, throw some zest on this shit pile, Jack.
Love to. Want to hear a joke about paper?
Yeah, okay.
Never mind, it's terrible.
Yeah, the worst part is I've heard that one before.
There's a couple that I heard. I hate myself.
Oh, God damn it. Worst remake, ripoff, or sequel? So we've got a few different things here. Blonde, probably surprising no one. Then we have a BOGO here. We've got a double nomination here. Both 365 days sequels. So 365 days this day and the next 365 days. I know nothing about any of these movies.
I think they're like poorly made, vaguely 50 Shades of Grey movies. But yeah, I don't think they're American either. I think, what is this, Polish? Yeah, also based on a vaguely smutty book series.
Huh.
I am impressed that they put out both movies in one year, much like Ty West did with X and Pearl.
That is kind of wild that it happened with more than one franchise, but
X
also
and Pearl were enjoyable.
And then these were double Razzied, apparently.
Yeah.
Also,
then they can't win, so we won't have to watch the whole series.
True. That well, they've got some competition because the other nominees in this category are Disney's Pinocchio, Firestarter, and Jurassic World Dominion. So there's a lot of critically panned shit in this category this year. So
how does Blonde fit into that?
That's the thing. So much in the way that Brendan Fraser seems to be the only thing. Well, okay, Brendan Fraser and Hong Chow seem to be the only things that people like about The Whale. Ana de Armas seems to be the only thing anyone likes from Blonde. So notice that she wasn't nominated for Worst Actress, but Blonde itself is nominated for a shit ton of stuff here.
Well, the reason I'm asking is it's nominated in the category of remake, ripoff, or sequel. What's it a remake, ripoff, or sequel of?
I was wondering that myself, and the only answer I can really come up with is
real life.
Is just Marilyn Monroe. It's just ripping off Marilyn Monroe. Usually they specify like what it's ripping off if it's a ripoff, and it doesn't say that here. And I'm getting this from the Razzie's terrible website.
It's really bad. It's actually one of the things I like about them.
Is how consistently bad their website is. Yeah. Joke.
Oh yeah, we're running a little low, just so you know.
We're
about halfway through.
We're something like that. Yeah.
I built a model of Mount Everest, and my son asked if it was to scale, and I said no, it's to look at.
Fucking damn it!
4 more to go.
Worst supporting actress. I've only seen one of these performances, and that is Adria Arjona's performance as Dr. Martine in Morbius.
Sure.
I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing her last name correctly, so I'm not sure if it's Arjona or Arjona. My apologies. Also nominated are Lorraine Bracco for her voice performance in Disney's Pinocchio. I'm going to guess Blue Fairy.
So Sophia is the character name. I don't know.
Oh, I have no idea then. So something completely different. Penelope Cruz. Both Penelope Cruz and Bing Bing Fan were nominated for their roles in The 355, which I know nothing about aside from Lupita Nyong'o is also in that movie.
Yeah, they roped in a bunch of people that didn't need to be roped into it.
Bing Bing Fan is also nominated here for her performance in The King's Daughter. So she's getting the double nomination treatment for multiple films here.
CGI mermaid.
Apparently, oh, is that who she is?
She is the mermaid.
Okay, yeah. I get the feeling that's one of those nominations where like she's not the problem.
Probably not.
Yeah. And then the last nomination here is Mira Sorvino for her performance in Lamborghini, The Man Behind the Legend. I think she's the car.
Sure. She is double billed, 2 cars.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Make me laugh, Jack.
I'll try. Does anyone know where a guy can find a person to hang out with, talk to, enjoy spending time with? I'm asking for a friend.
Oh, my heart!
Really?
No,
This is really upsetting.
why was that
right,
one like an effective shit post?
All right, we'll do another one right now. What did one monocle say to the other monocle?
What?
Let's get together and make a spectacle of ourselves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dumb. Worst supporting actor. Topping the list here is Pete Davidson, this time for his cameo appearance in Good Morning, which we briefly saw. He's a valet who threatens to kill a guy who honks at him. Tom Hanks, this time for his role in Elvis.
Colonel Tom Parker.
Yes, Elvis's manager, if I'm not mistaken. I still need to see that movie because I've heard that it is a nonstop, relentless train wreck. Yet it's like nominated for so many awards. We also have here Xavier Samuel for his role in Blonde, Maud Sun for his role in Good Morning. He's also like partially responsible for that movie being made, and Evan Williams for his role in Blonde. A lot of hate for the dudes in Blonde, apparently.
Sorry, I'm looking at like who they were nominated for. That's really weird. Okay, so the Xavier Samuel. It plays Charles Cass Chaplin Jr., which is the son of Charlie Chaplin.
Okay.
And then Evan Williams, which is terrible bourbon, is nominated for his role as Eddie Robinson Jr. So he's the son of Edgar G. Robinson, which is another noir actor.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah.
I was partially expecting one of them to be JFK.
Yeah, I was too. I'm certain he's in there somewhere.
He's got to be, right? He can't not be.
Yeah. Him and his Eiffel Towering brother.
God damn it. Do you have a joke lined up?
Yeah. I try to explain to my 4-year-old son that it's perfectly normal to accidentally poop your pants, but he's still making fun of me. I got one left, so yeah.
We've got 3 categories left, it looks like. Okay. So I'll hold off on your joke until the end. I say we'll wait. So worst screen couple. So this is where the Razzie starts getting kind of where. So Colson Baker, aka Machine Gun Kelly, and Maud Sun, Good Morning. Both real life characters in the fallacious White House bedroom scene. Blonde.
There you are, Mr. President.
There we go. Had to have happened eventually. Tom Hanks and his latex-laden face and ludicrous accent. Elvis. That's not a couple. That's not a couple.
They were being, excluding nominating a toy girl,
Yeah.
they were being really reserved with their razziness.
Thus far, yeah. Honestly, like it's like they leaned all the classless bullshit into the 12-year-old nomination, and everything else is like relatively tame for them.
And then you get the worst screen coupling. Like, there you go.
Yeah, there's your shtick. Andrew Dominic and his issues with women, Blonde. Jesus Christ. They really didn't like this movie. The two 365 days sequels, both released in 2022, they are themselves a couple. You know what? I'll accept that one.
I was like, actually,
yeah. Worst director, we've got Judd Apatow for The Bubble, which I will say that did look kind of meh.
The poster looks pretty stupid.
The poster's kind of stupid, but it also does kind of a good job of like conveying.
I don't know what it's about whatsoever.
There's a bunch of people making a movie in a bubble.
Oh man, I like.
I think it's a COVID movie basically.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Colson Baker, aka Machine Gun Kelly, and Maud's son. Good morning. That's right. They directed this too.
They sure did.
Andrew Dominic for Blonde. Daniel Espinosa. Sorry, let me try that again. Daniel Espinosa for Morbius. Surprising no one. And Robert Zemeckis for Disney's Pinocchio. I didn't realize that was Zemeckis. Just,
I don't know why he enjoys making bad CGI movies so much.
Just his forte, I guess.
I don't recognize any of the other movies by the director of Morbius.
I haven't looked.
He did a spy thriller called Child 44. He did this like sci-fi horror movie called Life with Jake Gyllenhaal, which I recall didn't do super well either.
I vaguely remember hearing about that one, but yeah, I don't know. I can't say that I have seen it or know anything about the plot or anything.
Nothing about his resume screams. Do the vampire movie.
He must have really wowed somebody in that pitch. Okay, last category: worst screenplay. Blonde, written for the screen by Andrew Dominic, adapted from the bio novel by Joyce Carol Oates.
Sure.
They couldn't just put biography. It's bio novel.
Well, because it's not real. There's been a lot of claims it's like half of it's bullshit.
That's sure. Okay. Disney's Pinocchio, screenplay by Robert Zemeckis and Chris Weitz, not authorized by the estate of Carlo Collodi.
What?
He's the guy who wrote the original Pinocchio stories.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah, I'm not surprised that it was not authorized. That I wonder if he authorized the original Pinocchio, because those Pinocchio stories came out in the 1800s. So I'm not late 1800s, but
okay.
like
Interesting.
Yeah.
I know very little about Pinocchio. Probably one I at least enjoyed Disney films.
I just watched it again recently, and it's not bad. It's a little terrifying at some points, particularly when the kid's turning into a donkey and shouting for his mother.
I've fallen asleep pretty much every time I've watched it.
Yeah, I mean, I can see how that would happen too. Good Morning, written by Machine Gun Kelly and Maud's son. Jurassic World Dominion, screenplay by Emily Carmichael and Colin Trevorrow, story by Trevorrow and Derek Connolly. And, surprising no one, Morbius, screen story and screenplay by Matt Sazama and Burke Sharpless. Sorry, I need to repeat that name. Burke Sharpless.
That is a hell of a name.
That is an astounding name. How is he not in porn?
He's done right. Well, his writing credits are all pretty rough. He did The Last Witch Hunter, Gods of Egypt.
His name feels like something that they would shout out during Space Mutiny on MST3K.
It looks like it's his real name. Good for him.
Well done, Dirk Hardpeck. So, yeah, I was wrong. Morbius did not get the most nominations. Blonde did. Yeah, 8 nominations for Blonde. Worst Picture, 2 for Worst Supporting Actor, 2 for Screen Couples, Remake, Director, and Screenplay. 7 nominations for Good Morning, 6 for Pinocchio, 5 for Morbius, 3 for The King's Daughter. Absolutely staggering that Morbius didn't do worse, I guess, in terms of the nominations. It really, it makes me question my prediction that Morbius is going to win a little bit. Like, was Blonde that fucking bad?
I've meant to watch. It was originally on my watch list I make every year. But then
Okay.
after seeing everything about it and hearing that it was, mostly fictional.
You benched it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that it was long. And that's the
That's
main
long?
reason. I think it's fairly long.
How long are we talking here?
3-ish hours, I think.
Okay, no, I still need to watch RRR. Come on, guys.
Right.
That's just... You can't keep throwing 3-hour movies at me unexpectedly. I need some notice. I need to schedule a day off.
Like...
And I like 3-hour movies sometimes.
I'm almost hoping it wins so I have a reason to watch it. Oh, it's 2 hours and 46 minutes.
No, that's not quite as bad. I mean, it's still long.
Right.
I mean, I just watched Wakanda Forever before coming here, and that was about that long.
Yeah, but not miserable.
It was good. I really liked it.
I'll probably end up watching Blonde. It's like the time period I enjoy, but also that makes it worse in a lot of ways.
Yeah, because you're going to be keying into a lot of like the history of it and the stuff that did, and you'll know some of the things that did and didn't happen. You'll be able to really have feelings about that.
Man, the actor who played JFK looks like a Kmart version of a Kennedy.
Oh man,
yeah.
No, we have Kennedys at home.
Right. Yeah.
Just oh man. Is it bad that I kind of want to watch Good Morning just so I can see that guy get bit by that fake ass snake in context?
Yeah, we didn't mention that. Like, we watched the trailer and there's like one or two actual laughs.
There are one or two actual laughs in that trailer. The one of them being at the very end of the trailer.
Drake's got a snake.
It's like, I don't think that's Drake. And then this whole, like, comedically shitty snake prop comes in from the side of the screen, bites this guy in the clavicle, and he's just bleeding profusely, and he's just screaming, and it's hilarious.
Well, you can see the outline of the puppeteer's hand inside.
Absolutely.
To the point where I'm like, oh, I should do that in the movie.
It's really fun. Honestly, I'm surprised we didn't already do that in a Knife Breaker movie. Just it's
God. I'm not even going to go down that road, or we'll be here all night.
That's fair. All right, so we've gotten our taste of what to expect from the Razzies. The official Razzies will be done Saturday, March 11th. We will hopefully have an episode out covering that shortly thereafter, as well as the Oscars. And so we're going to take a quick break and come back and take a look at the Oscar nominations. But first, Jack needs to give us that last joke that he's got.
I do, but I have one question for you.
Oh.
Are you going to try to watch through the worst pictures before then?
I'm going to try to watch at least a couple of them, just so that I'm prepared ahead of time, and not caught wildly off guard like we were last year.
Okay, yeah, I'll try to watch a couple. There's not a couple in here. I'm like, I won't watch them unless I have to. But I just read that someone in London gets stabbed every 52 seconds. Poor bastard.
God damn it! That took me a second. Fuck.
Yeah.
All right, we'll be right back.
Oh my God.
Jack the Ripper strikes again, having stabbed his same victim. Holy Charlie stays like he just doesn't know what he's done to deserve this, and doesn't appreciate his new nickname. Oh my God, that fucking snake though. That was.
I'm like, how does it? Because it doesn't fit within the world of the film.
Yeah.
So somebody having somebody dripping or something.
Something odd has to be happening there.
Yeah.
All right. Have you looked at the Oscar nominations?
I have, but not since my brain was flooded with. Wait, did I? I'm pretty sure I did. Can you Or are you aware of the discourse around them like researching the person's nomination?
For Andrea
don't.
Riseborough,
Yeah.
yeah, I've looked into that a little bit. I can talk about that.
Okay.
At least like I can talk a little bit about that. Oh God.
All right, there we go. Nominations. Oh, okay. And then what's her name? I want to look up, see if I've seen her in anything else.
Andrea Riseborough.
There we go. Oh yeah, I've seen her in a bunch of shit. She's in Birdman. She was in Possessor. I loved her in that.
Wait, she was in Birdman? Who was she in Birdman?
I think she's the person that he has a tryst with, who like claims to be knocked up or something. I can't remember. It's been a little while.
Well, that's coming back to streaming, so I'll have to watch that again.
Yeah. No, she like what I like about her is she has a very versatile face.
I've heard wonderful things about her performance. I just don't know anything about this movie aside from this controversy.
Because I was like, wait, she was the person in Birdman and Mandy and Possessor, and
she was in Mandy.
Different. Yeah, she was.
Oh shit!
She was Mandy.
Yeah. Oh wow.
She's great. That's what I was like. I hope she's not getting in trouble for anything. I like her.
No, I don't think it's her specifically, but yeah.
Okay, cool.
All right, you want to jump back in?
I am. Yeah, there we go. Let's back up. Yes.
Welcome back, everybody. So now that we've gotten a terrible taste in our mouth from the Razzie nominations, we're going to try and rinse that out here with some talk about the Oscar nominations, because those got announced as well. So it's the 95th Annual Academy Awards this year, which will be announced Sunday, March 12th of this year, and it's going to be the first time in a long time they've actually aired every single category during the show, which a lot of people were up in arms about. So let's take a quick run through a bunch of these here. So top of the list here, actor in a leading role. Nominees are Austin Butler for Elvis, Colin Farrell for Banshees of Inisherin, which I get that. It's a good nomination. It's a good movie. Brendan Fraser for The Whale, which, okay. Paul Mescal for After Sun, which I don't really know much about that movie. And Bill Nighy for Living.
Good for him.
Which I don't know if they're letting us know that he's still alive. Right. If so, great. I love him. Good luck to you.
He's 73.
I thought he was older than that.
No, he looks like it sometimes, but
I'm sorry, Bill. I did not mean to be ageist toward you.
He was a squid that one time.
He was a squid that one time. That's very true. What a guy. What a squid.
I feel like I need to watch The Whale just to tell all of my friends who refuse to watch it, because there's a good chunk of my friends that are like, I will never watch it.
Yes. It's the vast majority of people I know are I won't. I love it is ubiquitously, I love Brendan Fraser and I'm happy for Brendan Fraser, but fuck this movie.
Yes, yeah, that's pretty much what I heard all around.
I listened to there's a podcast called Maximum Film, which is Maximum Fun's film podcast, hosted by Ify Wadue and a number of usually a panel of other people, including film critic Alfonso Duralde, festival organizer Drea Clark, and they sometimes have a guest. In this case, they had Guy Branum on as the guest, who describes himself as an obese gay man. So they felt like he would be the best person to bring on to talk about The Whale, and they all just read the film for filth.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah, they all hated it. Every last one of them just absolutely loathed it. The way they put it was in terms of like how good Brendan Fraser is. They said that nobody, including the people who made this movie, give a shit about this character. The only person in the world that sees him as a human is Brendan Fraser, and that's why the performance works.
Okay, that
Yeah.
makes me want to watch it more, but also kind of makes my mouth feel slimy.
It makes me happy for him that he's going to be able to move on from this and like with some acclaim and some some prestige and take his fucking career back. I'm thrilled about that. It had to be this.
I agree with these things.
Actor in a supporting role, we've got Brendan Gleeson for Banshees of Inisherin. I hope they were able to put his fingers back on. Brian Tyree Henry for Causeway, which I've not seen Causeway, but fuck was he good in Bullet Train.
Oh yeah.
He
might have been the best part.
He might have been the best part of Bullet Train, honestly. If it's not him, it's him and Aaron Taylor Johnson together.
Either him or the two of
them. Or the two of them together. Right. Yeah. It's so good. Judd Hirsch for The Fabelmans, which good for Judd Hirsch. If I'm not mistaken, him getting nominated for this sets a new record for longest gap between Oscar nominations.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Barry Keoghan for Banshees of Inisherin, and he honestly steals some of his scenes in that fucking movie.
I was talking to Scott, Running Speed Pictures, Scott.
Yes.
The other night about it, and Steve McQueen did this interview where he was talking about how he used to, basically how he became famous.
Yeah.
Besides looks.
A handsome gent.
Yeah. So he would be in these scenes with these very stoic, strong men, and he would always make sure to do some kind of hand motion, either like pick at his ear or like, rub his head.
Oh, and Barry Keoghan absolutely does that throughout this whole fucking movie.
He's just the twitchiest fucker, and it works. It works really well for his character.
It does. It really does. He's just such a weird little guy.
Like, it doesn't feel like he's trying to steal
a
scene.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't feel like that, but I feel like he does. Like his performance is just that good. But I don't think any of them are going to win because Ke Huy Quan.
Yeah, I mean,
I just watched Everything Everywhere over the weekend because my sisters had not seen it, so I brought them over and we watched it, and it just gets better every time I watch it. He's so fucking good.
I want to rewatch it so I can. There's so much packed into that fucking movie.
Yes, it's very dense and very fast and very good, and it just makes me so happy.
But no, everyone in this category, I would be happy to see win.
If it weren't for how fucking great Ke Huy Quan is in as Waymond in Everything Everywhere All at Once, I would say this would be a really fucking tight race because holy shit, those are some amazing actors. Just it is his year though, I think. Actress in a leading role, we've got Cate Blanchett for Tar, Ana de Armas for Blonde, which is becoming more and more bewildering to me the more I learn about how bad everyone thinks this movie is. Andrea Riseborough for To Leslie, Michelle Williams for The Fabelmans, and Michelle Yeoh for Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Is now a good time to elaborate on the
this would absolutely be the time to elaborate on that controversy. If you're not aware, well, I mean, you're probably somewhat aware because when I said Andrea Riseborough for To Leslie, you probably went, fucking what?
Right.
So she got nominated basically through a word of mouth campaign from all of her celebrity friends, like Gwyneth Paltrow, and I forget who else. I just remember Gwyneth Paltrow's name was on there. A lot of them really went to bat for her on social media and whatnot, not directly trying to cajole Oscar Academy voters, because that's not allowed. You can't do that. But just on social media, talking up her performance, because apparently she's fantastic in this movie, and it's kind of
an actress. She's really good.
Well, you just reminded me of all the shit that she's been in. It's I have seen her in things. She is really good. Because she's really good in Birdman. She's good in Mandy. She's good in all the. She's a very versatile actress, and apparently this is the performance of her fucking life. And it's a smaller indie production too. So to get that kind of recognition is kind of wild. But the controversy is that, well, it's kind of twofold. It's one, did the campaign itself violate or skirt Academy rules in some fashion? Like, was this an inappropriate campaign that got her nominated? And also, did she actually deserve that whenever there were such major performances, critically lauded performances by Black women this year, particularly Viola Davis in The Woman King, and
That didn't get nominated?
no, it didn't. And I need to look up her name real quick. And Danielle Deadweiler in Till.
Really?
Yeah. Both of those performances got a lot of love from critics and audiences, and they weren't nominated at all. So,
how do you pronounce Anna de Armas?
Anna de Armas?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Her performance must kick fucking ass.
Yeah, she must be an amazing Marilyn Monroe or something. Because why? Yeah, because like that's the other thing. Is like these Black women didn't get nominated, but she got nominated for this movie that she seems to be the only good thing about.
Yeah.
Like I almost kind of
cute enough.
Sure, yeah, she's not white, but it's still strange.
Right,
it's still strange. It's like as soon as you take the pressure off of the Oscars to like nominate more Black people, they just stop nominating Black people.
Right.
It's going to be a big hashtag Oscar so white year because of this.
Have we looked into how you become a person who votes for an Oscar?
I don't think we have actually. I don't know what that entails. I would love to know, and I would love to be able to have some kind of say in that. That'd be amazing.
I know how you can for the Razzie.
Yeah, you pay him like $40 or whatever. Yeah, which
if somebody wants to donate $40, we'll happily join the committee.
Yeah, maybe if we launch our Patreon, that'd be one of the levels. Yeah. Oh boy.
When we talk about who won the Razzies, we can talk about that. So there's a little.
Yeah, absolutely. Actress in a supporting role. We have Angela Bassett for Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. Hong Chow for The Whale, but in my mind is for The Menu, because that role is going to forever live with me.
Holy shit.
Carrie Condon for The Banshees of Inisherin. She was great. She was very good in that.
Broke my heart.
Jamie Lee Curtis for Everything Everywhere All at Once, and Stephanie Sue for Everything Everywhere All at Once. I'm honestly,
this is a really good set of nominations.
It's a really good set of nominations, and like now that I've seen Black Panther: Wakanda Forever, and I have mentally substituted The Menu for The Whale, I've seen all these performances.
I just did the same thing. I was like,
tortillas deliciosas.
I won't say what happens in the scene because I won't ruin it.
No.
But the scene with Carrie Condon and
and Barry Keoghan. Oh, my heart. Oh my God. It's so good, but it's so sad. Oh.
I love-hate Martin McDonagh.
Yeah.
I love him because he's an excellent writer. I hate him because he hurts my heart. Always.
His movie's really good, but you're mean and hurt my feelings. Oh my God. If I'm not mistaken, this is Jamie Lee Curtis's first Oscar nomination.
That's really weird to think about.
It is. It's very strange to think about. She even thinks it's very strange to think about. I saw a quote from her earlier about how she she mostly did horror movies for a while, and then she sold yogurt that made you shit yourself. And her words.
You know what? I can see her saying that.
I love her. She's fantastic.
Okay, so since we've both seen all of these movies that were substituting The Menu for The Whale, who do you think?
So Angela Bassett has the momentum awards wise, because most of these people have been nominated in every award show that's happened thus far. The Golden Globes, Critics' Choice, BAFTAs, whatever. She's been cleaning up. Is the only actor from an MCU film to win an individual award for her performance.
Effects or something.
It wasn't for effects or makeup or anything. It is strictly her performance. And now that I've seen it, I get it. It's a damn good performance. I think that she's probably got a good shot at getting this. I really wanted to go to Stephanie Sue though.
Yeah, I like the subtlety in Carrie Condon's performance.
I loved her performance. Yeah, don't get me wrong. I think her performance was amazing.
Yeah, they're all great. And Jamie Lee Curtis, I made that goofy ass character so much more than, not that it was written poorly, but like made it so much more.
I think they did a really good job script wise of like slowly giving that character more dimension, and I think she did such a great job contributing to that and playing and leaning into it. If I'm not mistaken, she's largely responsible for a lot of the design, like the wardrobe choices and whatnot of that character. She would come on to set every day, according to the Daniels, and just have a new idea about like what her character should look like. About like her wrist brace and the fact that she's wearing a bracelet over it.
It's just so perfect.
That was all her. That was 100% Jamie Lee Curtis. I really hope that it was also her idea to have a similar style brace on her ankle whenever she's playing piano with her feet. God, it's a fucking good movie. God,
I'm really excited to see what they do next.
Give me more Daniels.
Okay, personally, the one I enjoyed the most as like a director, probably Carrie Condon.
Yeah, I can understand that.
Given my tastes in what I like to write and direct, if I had to choose a best, which is weird because I like them all quite a bit. Oh shit, Jamie Lee Curtis.
Do you think Jamie Lee Curtis? See, I think I lean Stephanie Sue over the Jamie Lee Curtis a little bit. It's so hard. They're all so good.
Yeah.
Oh. All right, moving on. Yes. Animated feature film. Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio. Marcel the Shell with Shoes On.
Yeah.
I'm so glad that a feature film came from that little internet bit. Just Puss in Boots, The Last Wish, The Sea Beast, which I know nothing about, and Turning Red.
Interesting choice.
So I've heard you. I mean, you've specifically told me that Marcel the Shell is delightful.
It is delightful.
I've not seen it.
Will make you sad.
Sure. The only ones from this list that I've seen are Del Toro's Pinocchio, which I watched after our Best of 2022 episode. Otherwise, I absolutely would have had effusive praise for it during that because it's fucking great.
I somehow not gotten a chance to watch it. I know I'm gonna like it.
It's dark. Pinocchio compares himself to Jesus at one point.
Fascinating.
I'm not going to give you more context on that. Mussolini is voiced by SpongeBob.
Okay, well, that whole sentence is confounding.
Yep. I'm just going to let you watch it.
Really excited.
It has a very dark ending, as you would expect. It has a very dark lots of things, as you would expect from Guillermo del Toro. And it's beautiful the whole way through. It's absolutely fucking stunning.
He used to be a director, like when I was young. He used to be a director that I'm like, I enjoy his style. He's not hitting it for me. And then his last like 5 movies have been
they've really nailed it. Yeah, he's amazing. I love this guy.
The Sea Beast I have nothing about. Turning Red was fine.
I like Turning Red. It's not my favorite Pixar film, but you know I have a little bit of early 2000s nostalgia. Right. I might not be a Canadian Chinese girl, but I related to this film a good bit. My sister had a boy band phase. I've lived vicariously through that, and I thought a lot of the relationships in this were really well done. Not everyone. It's not been everyone's cup of tea, but it was good enough that Dome Shi is getting another Pixar film. So
nice.
Yeah,
that is exciting.
Yeah,
I like the movie. I don't know that it's like Oscar worthy, but I really liked it.
I'm glad it was at least nominated because I feel like Pixar has gotten the short end of the stick from Disney since the pandemic, pretty much. Like a lot of their biggest fucking releases have been just shunted onto Disney Plus. This included. Like I don't think this had a theatrical release, if I remember correctly.
Well, probably limited if it was nominated.
It may have been actually no. Since it was nominated, it had to have been at least somewhat. There had to be some limited release, but.
Now we all kind of I think a pandemic film though, like we all
right. Like yeah, I think because they had a similar issue with Oh my god, what was it called? The one, but with the two brothers, where it's Chris Pratt,
Oh,
not Soul, but it happened with Soul as
Yeah.
well. Onward,
oh yeah.
yeah. Well, Chris Pratt and Spider-Man,
Which one?
the younger one, the newer Spider-Man. I'm
So
blanking
you're-
on his actor's
you're
name.
exaggerating.
He's no, I can't remember his name. Jesus Christ, Tom Holland. Oh God.
I was like, Spider-Man, what's a Spider-Man? I
Fucking hell.
don't know. Christ. Okay. Next.
Next, okay. Cinematography. We have All Quiet on the Western Front, James Friend. I like his last name's
Yeah.
Friend. Bardo, False Chronicle of a Handful of Truths, Darius Konji.
Oh
That's a-
yeah, actually, I know that one.
Yeah, that's the new Iñárritu
Well, I know the
film.
DP.
I don't know the DP, but I know it's Alejandro Iñárritu or whatever his name is, who did Birdman. Elvis.
Well, you have watched Seven, so you've seen.
I have
his
watched
work.
Seven. Okay, neat. Oh yeah, then damn.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting. Elvis, Mandy Walker, Empire of Light, Roger Deakins.
Deacons.
Of course, Deakins is going to get in there.
Right.
You know, I have no idea what that movie is, but
Well, me
yeah,
too.
but he
Sure, it's gorgeous.
Deakins, yeah, I mean, it's Roger fucking Deakins, yeah. And Tar, Florian Hoffmeister.
Cool.
I'm torn as to whether or not I want to watch Tar. Because on the one hand, it's gotten a lot of effusive praise.
Mhm.
On the other hand, God, I still haven't watched RRR.
Right.
Just-
I think the only way I'll watch Tar is if it wins, because there's
Sure.
literally nothing about the film that piques my interest.
I'm curious, but I'm not. I don't know if I'm like curious enough to actively seek it out right now. I don't know. We'll see. Costume design. Babylon for Mary Zofries. Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, Ruth Carter. Elvis, Catherine Martin. Everything Everywhere All at Once, Shirley Kurata. And Mrs. Harris Goes to Paris, which is just fun to say.
Yeah.
Jenny Bevan?
That poster's delightful.
Oh, that's cute. Yeah, Mrs. Harris Goes to Paris has a real good
60s,
poster. I
70s
kind of want to
throwback.
see that now.
Yeah.
That's just
Whoever
fun.
did the poster, good job. 'Cause
Yeah.
I'm like, actually, now I kind of want to see it.
Yeah, absolutely. Directing. This is a tough field of directors right here. Martin McDonagh for Banshees of Inisherin, the Daniel Kwan and Daniel Scheinert for Everything Everywhere All at Once, Steven Spielberg for The Fablemans, Todd Field for Tar, and Ruben Östlund for Triangle of Sadness.
I mean, you've watched Triangle of
I
Sadness.
have,
not
yes. He had to direct a lot of shitting, vomiting people, and a real drunk Woody Harrelson.
I think it's coming to HBO Max in February, so that's what I'm holding
Oh
on.
man, yeah, absolutely watch it. One of the most tense endings to a film I've ever seen in my life.
Interesting.
It's very good. I want this to go to the Daniels so badly.
Me too. I actually think it's going to go to McDonagh.
You think so?
I think so.
I could see that. I could absolutely see that. I would not be surprised if it does. But I'm pulling for the Daniels.
Because Spielberg's got to have like
Spielberg's got
a
enough.
number of
Spielberg's got enough fucking Oscars. Given I have not seen The Fablemans, so I don't know. Like maybe it's fucking amazing. I have
Right.
no idea,
I
but
do want to see it,
I do want to see it. I agree.
but he's had it.
He's good. He's good. He's got another nomination to put on his resume. He's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No one's gonna forget the fucking name of Steven Spielberg.
No. Wait, who?
Jerry Seinfeld.
What's the deal with these performances? I'm cutting that. Documentary feature film. I know nothing about any of these.
Yeah, I always feel bad when we get to these categories. 'Cause I'm like,
Yeah. So All That Breathes, All the Beauty and the Bloodshed, Fire of Love, A House Made of Splinters, and Navalny. Which that last one I at least know the subject matter because it's about that guy who's like super fucking critical of Vladimir Putin and got poisoned in prison or something.
Okay.
I think he's still alive. I think. Documentary short film, The Elephant Whisperers, Haul Out, which is an interesting name. How do you measure a year by a calendar? The Martha Mitchell Effect, and Stranger at the Gate. I know nothing of any of these. Film editing, The Banshees of Inisherin, Mikkel E.G. Nielsen.
Pretty good editing.
Elvis, Matt Villa, and Jonathan Redmond. Everything Everywhere All at Once, Paul Rogers. Tar, Monica Willie, and Top Gun Maverick, Eddie Hamilton. I'm surprised it's the first time we've come across Top Gun Maverick this entire fucking time. I still haven't seen it. I'm not sure if I want to see it, honestly. I've heard a lot of good things about it, but
I was just talking to Scott the other night about like movies where people go, "Wait, you've never seen that?"
I've
never seen Top Gun.
Like the original?
The original.
Oh,
yeah,
interesting.
Nothing against it. I mean, it's not my usual flavor of movie I enjoy.
The thing that upsets me about Top Gun is, if I remember correctly, the original makes no mention of who they're fighting. Like you have no idea who the enemy actually is, and that's fucked up. And I'm pretty sure from based on what I've read anyway, I'm pretty sure the new one does the same thing, and that's fucked up. Like, don't do that. The ubiquitous unknown enemy is just kind of a thing we don't need in the pop culture consciousness right now.
Who would you have them fight?
What are the aliens from Independence Day doing?
Chilling.
No. Not anymore, they're not.
What about
I don't
Hans
know.
Gruber?
Hans
What's he doing?
Oh, well.
Son of Gruber.
Son of Gruber.
Played by Daniel Radcliffe.
And you know what? It'd be fucking great.
Also a corpse.
It's a surprise Swiss Army Man sequel. Oh, Jesus
There
Christ.
need to be more backdoor sequels.
Oh, they really should. International feature film. We have All Quiet on the Western Front, which I did not realize was made in Germany.
That makes sense.
Argentina, 1985. I know nothing about this film. Surprisingly, made in Argentina. Close, made in Belgium. I know nothing about this film. EO, made in Poland. I know nothing about this film.
It's about a donkey.
Jesus.
No, it's actually about a donkey.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh. EO. Oh.
Yeah, here's the...
Oh! I actually really like that cover, or that poster. I might watch EO. And The Quiet Girl, in Ireland. I know nothing about this film.
I wonder if that's a play on The Quiet Man.
Maybe?
Which is an American-made movie about an Irishman.
Sure. So it's an Irish-made movie about an American girl.
Who's also quiet.
Who's also quiet. Yeah. That seems good. Makeup and hairstyling. All Quiet on the Western Front. The Batman. Black Panther Wakanda Forever. Elvis. And The Whale. Can we not nominate fat suits? It's like, even without this, can we not nominate fat suits? And also, please stop. Just no.
Is this the only thing the Batman got nominated for?
Oh,
it got visual effects. Okay, we'll get to it.
Yeah. See, music, original score. We got All Quiet on the Western Front, Babylon. I'm sorry, All Quiet on the Western Front, Volker Bertelmann, Babylon, Justin Hurwitz, The Banshees of Inisherin, Carter Burwell, Everything Everywhere All at Once, Sun Lux, and The Fablemans, John Williams. Hey, John? John, you don't have to do this.
I think if I read correctly, literally the oldest person to be nominated for an
He has to be, right? Jesus. Like, I love him. He absolutely deserves every accolade he gets. You don't have anything left to prove, my dude.
At the age of 90, John Williams became the oldest competitive nominee in Oscar history.
And competitive is probably accurate. Again, I have not seen The Fablemans. I bet the score is amazing.
And this might not even be his last Oscars that he's nominated for, because he's
He's doing the last Indiana Jones. Yeah.
He's like a Miyazaki where he's like, I'm retiring.
No, I'm not.
No, I'm not.
But no, I'm
But look at this
retiring.
one.
Wink.
Yeah.
Music, original song. Applause from Tell It Like a Woman. Hold My Hand from Top Gun Maverick. Lift Me Up from Black Panther Wakanda Forever. It's a Rihanna song that gets played fucking everywhere these days. Not To from RRR. This is the only nomination for RRR, which I think is kind of a travesty given how much hype there is behind that fucking movie. And This Is a Life from Everything Everywhere All at Once.
I have to look that up because I can't remember.
Yeah, I struggle to remember where in the movie this pops up. Mostly because my brain, when I think about music in this movie, my brain jumps to the story of a girl because that gets memed multiple times throughout the fucking movie. Because it's like playing as like a sad Western ballad in the RV when they're talking about divorce. There's like a BDSM version of it playing when you see the first fucking fuck room cutaway with Daniel Scheinert. It's his safe word smile. God, there's so many fucking categories. And somehow we're on Best Picture, but there's still a bunch of categories. Best Picture, so All Quiet on the Western Front, Avatar, The Way of Water, Banshees of Inisherin, Elvis, Everything Everywhere All at Once, The Fabelmans, Tar, Top Gun Maverick, Triangle of Sadness, and Women Talking, which I'm a little surprised is the first time we've seen women talking mentioned throughout any of these nominations.
Well, I heard that one.
So that's the one about a group of Mennonite women who are trying to figure out how to respond to and deal with the revelations of sexual assault in their community. There's like multiple generations of women, and there's like several of them who were like, no, like we need to do something about this. Something has to change. Several of them who are like, nothing's going to change. There's no point. Just stay quiet about it. And there's like conflict and nuance. And
that sounds really interesting. And probably miserable to watch.
Maybe. Yeah. I want to see it though. Production design.
I'll do The Whale. You do that one.
Okay, fair. Production design, All Quiet on the Western Front, Avatar, The Way of Water, Babylon, Elvis, and The Fabelmans. Short film, animated. I'm just really happy I get to read this one particular title. And in fact, I'm going to save it for last, even though it's not listed last. The Boy, the Mole, the Fox, and the Horse. The Flying Sailor. Ice Merchants. An ostrich told me the world is fake, and I think I believe it. Which that's very good. That's a good title. But the best one is clearly My Year of Dicks.
Looks cool.
I've actually heard good things about that short, like prior to it being nominated for things. So I'm thrilled to see that it's getting some recognition there. Short film live action, we have An Irish Goodbye, Ivalu, I have no idea if I'm pronouncing that right or what that film is, Les Pupilles, Night Ride, and The Red Suitcase. I know nothing of any of these films. Like 4. Okay. Yeah. Sound, All Quiet on the Western Front, Avatar, The Way of Water, The Batman, Elvis, and Top Gun Maverick. I am absolutely livid that Nope is not in that category.
For best sound?
For sound design? Yeah. Holy shit, man. Like, I just rewatched it the other day, and it's like the soundscape of that movie is stunningly well crafted. Like, ooh.
It didn't get any nominations.
It didn't get a single fucking nomination, which is also criminal. Visual effects, All Quiet on the Western Front, Avatar, The Way of Water, The Batman, Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, and Top Gun Maverick. I almost copy and pasted the entire last category, basically. There's just no Elvis in sound. Writing, adapted screenplay. We have All Quiet on the Western Front, Glass Onion, a Knives Out mystery, Living, Top Gun Maverick, and Women Talking. I think it's weird a little bit that a sequel to an original property done by the same writer and director is considered adapted.
You're talking about Top Gun?
Oh no, I'm talking about Glass Onion.
Oh. Yeah.
Because it's a wholly
it's
wholly
weird.
original story with only one shared character,
Yeah.
and it's wildly different.
It kind of feels like they wanted to nominate Glass Onion for something, but didn't want to nominate for anything else.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, but apparently that's like a rule with the Oscars. Like, if a sequel is just immediately counted as adapted, no matter what.
Huh. Interesting.
Which, yeah, I don't know. And finally, writing original screenplay: The Banshees of Inisherin, Everything Everywhere All at Once, The Fabelmans, Tar, and Triangle of Sadness. I would have listed who wrote them, but the directors all wrote them in this case, with the exception of The Fabelmans. That was written by Steven Spielberg and Tony Kushner. So one additional writer on that one. But
Tony Kushner is pretty famous playwright.
Angels in America, if I'm not mistaken. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Actually, that makes me want to see the movie a little bit more.
Makes me want to watch the second part of Angels in America.
Oh God,
I've watched the first part like 18 times. No idea how it ends.
I think I've watched it. It is if I haven't watched it, I've at least read about it, so like, I'm aware of it. But, oh man, so that's them Oscar nominations. I read a lot of the same movie titles over and over again there.
Yeah. I'm looking at the best pictures, and I need to watch more before I can make a guess.
Oh my God, I so desperately want it to be Everything Everywhere All at Once. Yeah. I don't know if I think it's actually going to be, but fuck, I want it to be so bad.
I want to watch Triangle of Sadness.
Worth it.
If I have time, I want to watch All Quiet on the Western Front. I think it's a longer film.
I also want to watch that. I've heard very good things about that. Part of me, I mean, I'm still curious about Tar. I would like to watch The Fabelmans. I am morbidly curious about Elvis. I'm gonna watch Women Talking at some point, and Top Gun Maverick I'm still torn on. And Avatar: The Way of Water. Like, I'm not sure I really want to watch either of those. But
even people who have watched it and like it were like, the story's shite. It's just like,
I have widely heard that as well. Which, like, you put 12 fucking years into this movie or something. Like, come on, man. Like, you're a better writer than this, James.
That's the thing that's confusing to me. I'm like, he's not just a director. He started. I think he started as a writer and then moved to directing.
I'm pretty sure you're right about that.
Although I think he did like set design or something before that. But come on, James.
Come on, man. Come on.
Well, that was a lot of movies.
That was a lot of fucking movies we just talked about. I agree. So let's wrap this on up here, I think. Right? Hey? Huh?
Yeah, hey, hi.
Do you have another joke by chance?
I can if you give me 30 seconds. Stall.
Yeah, I'll give you a little bit of time. In fact, I'm going to do that by thanking our audience. Thank you, everybody, for checking us out and for listening through all this here. Keep in mind, whatever wins the Razzies this year will be our season finale for this for season 2, which is approaching faster than one might think because time's a motherfucker. If you enjoyed this episode, please rate, review everywhere you possibly can. We're on Good Pods, we're on iTunes, we're on Spotify, we're on Podcast Addicts, wherever you listen and can review and rate podcasts. Please do that because it helps people find us, and that's really important to us. Because we have a lot of fun doing this and love sharing it with all of you, and we want more people to share this with us. If you want to reach out and follow us on social media, you can find us on Twitter at DeRazzledPod, Facebook at DeRazzled Podcast, Instagram and TikTok at DeRazzled_podcast. If you want to reach out and recommend something you'd like to see us cover, mention something you want to see carried in our Redbubble store, or send us a spam scam email, as we've been receiving lately. Reach out at DeRazzledPodcast@gmail.com.
All right. My wife gave me an ultimatum. Her or my addiction to sweets. The decision was a piece of cake.
Be sure to tune in next week, everybody. We'll be sure to razzle dazzle. Yeah.
My original pick was a little bit more along my sense of humor. I was going to look up the baby jokes, but I
I'm actually genuinely surprised you didn't go that route.
I wanted to give something to our audience. I originally was thinking of it, you know how when you go to a last podcast